Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Hey, Mukamara Sama, how you doing? I'm sorry I'm late for starting the stream. I had to eat first, and I was playing Mario Kart. So, um, I'm going to probably just do these three panels. That's what I might end up doing today because I think last stream I did just one panel, if I remember correctly. So, and I already started doing this panel earlier, but I stopped. So let's just hop to it. I hope everybody's having a good evening so far. Hold on 1 second. I gotta mute myself because I gotta burp. Okay, I'm back. I didn't want to burp in y'all ear like that. So I am um I am drawing Volume 2 of Radiant Lotus. I am on page 43 out of 55. I did some page like some I did some pages like page like 50, 48 and stuff like that. I was just doing random pages like throughout the week and stuff like that, even last week. So I can start production on chapter 5 because right now I'm just doing the line art and then I'm going back and doing all the backgrounds, but I may do the background on like certain panels and stuff, like this one right here. So yeah, like some panels may have backgrounds, some of them may not have backgrounds, but I'm just trying to come up with a nice workflow so I can just, knock out a lot of stuff all at once. And I don't have to worry about um, a lot of the other things when I start the production on other chapters and stuff, and when I come back to like some chapters and stuff like that to finish them up. Might as well put this here now. So that can just be there. But how's y'all evening going so far? And also, if you are interested in the series, which I can give you a small synopsis, this looks like it's gonna come out dope. Oh, it is. Trust and believe that. I appreciate that. And I'm reading the comments like before it pop up on stream, so I'm actually looking at it on my phone. But to give y'all a small synopsis of the series of Radiant Lotus, if you're interested, it's about a young man named Shin. One day, he witnessed his brother get murdered in front of his eyes by a mysterious man who's cloaked in quote unquote shadow, but you see his face and stuff. Um, Shin wants revenge because of that. And during all of that chaos that was going on, this lotus appeared, which is called the Black Lotus. It appeared and it latched onto him and merged within him. So now Shin has this power that he doesn't even know how to control yet. Well, he's going to learn how to control it in volume 2, so stay tuned for that. But he doesn't know how to control it properly. And it's people that are after him. Some are cultists, some are just people who want the power because the Black Lotus has all this mysterious and mystic power and stuff. They want him because of that, or some governments want to use him as a weapon because of the immense power that the Black Lotus holds and stuff. So while that's going on, he's trying to find the person who killed his older brother Yin. Meanwhile, trying to control this Black Lotus that's trying to corrupt him and take him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if that's kind of like up your alley and stuff like that, you can check out the series by clicking the link in my bio, on my Twitch, and I know on YouTube you can go on my page, like the channel page, and click the link in my bio there, or you can click the description box below and it should have the link to my link tree that has the free version of volume 1, or if you want to support the series, you can get volume 1 physical. I'm gonna say volume 2. You can get the physical copy of volume 1. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you do, I really appreciate it because it's supporting the series and you. And yeah, on this panel, I'm drawing one of my favorite characters in my series so far. His name is Hami. I love Hami so much, and I just cannot wait until y'all see more of him. And the way I want to draw his beard, I can't do it how I typically would because of me having a shitty laptop, unfortunately. But it still gets the job done. Because I say this almost every stream. Typically, I would just like do hatching like this. Oh, never mind, probably can because it's not lagging like that. So let's see. Wait. I need that. Okay, that seems interesting. It is very interesting. Specifically when you get to volume 2, when I release it, you're gonna be like, oh, the story taking shape. Yep, it is. And then the next volume, which I'm writing right now, actually, is gonna even be way more better. I worded that so wrong. It's gonna be way better than volume 2 and 1. I feel like when you get to volume 3 and onward, you're gonna be like, okay, this is Radiant Lotus. The identity of my series, I feel like it's really gonna take shape in that volume 3 and onward. And I can't wait for y'all to read volume 2 because I have so many. How many characters are being introduced in here? 1, 2, 3. I think that's a couple. I think 8 or 9 new characters being introduced. But not properly, but it's new characters you're going to see. Especially when you read chapter 4, the first few pages, you're going to see a few new characters that you had never seen before. Unless you follow my Instagram and stuff like that. Because I think I did, I think I did share one of them. No, sure, no, yeah, I shared one of them, which we saw You saw Zaylani at the end of Volume 1. So yeah, you're gonna see a few more actually. One of them y'all seen on my Instagram if you follow it. His name is Quan Cho, which I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all probably seen him. If you like go back on my streams and stuff, I actually was doing some art of him and stuff like that. And I would say he's gonna be like one of my favorite characters, like antagonist wise, because he's just so. I don't want to use the word insane because he's not insane. He's just built different. Like that's the best way I can like describe him. He's just built different. But the crazy one though is what's her face? What is her name? I'm drawing a blank on it already, and I just said it. Zaylani. She's literally insane, but the reasoning behind why she's insane, you're gonna be like, oh, I understand why. When we get to that point of the story, that is. Because her backstory is kind of messed up, unfortunately. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Because I had wrote down a lot of her backstory because I was listening to a certain song, and this is just what I do. Sometimes I will listen to like my playlist I have for Radiant Lotus. I have a lot of music on there that helps me like come up with scenes or like concepts for the story and stuff like that. And sometimes I could actually see like the anime version of it. Like I could see openings or like certain scenes being played out and stuff like that. And it's a certain song that I listen to that I saw the whole backstory for Zaylani, and every time I listen to it, I cry a little bit because it's really fucked up. I ain't gonna lie to you, and it's sad. And I feel like a lot of people, including myself, because I know I could relate to the backstory a little bit on certain aspects, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people could relate to her backstory. Same, breakcore does it for me. Yeah, most definitely, breakcore does it for me too. Because when I be on your streams and stuff, listening to your playlist, actually, it be helping me out for real. Like I ain't gonna say how lie to you. It really be helping me out. Be like, dang, this shit over here making me like think of stuff I never would have thought of. So I do want to say I appreciate you for your playlist on your live stream. I gotta draw his locks. Well, technically I'm not drawing them because I have a pen that's for his locks. Let's see. See, this is why I love digital art. This is why I love it. Because I know I could sit here and just draw the locks. But why do that when I can have a pen to speed up the process? But I do not gotta go in and fix his nose though. His nose is kinda off. And I'm sorry if I'm not talking. I'm focusing on this and I'm trying to think of what to say because typically I don't talk when I draw, and I'm still trying to like get used to like talking on stream for real. Because if I could really be honest, in real life, I'm a very quiet person. Like I just be chilling in my own world. Like I don't have much to say, honestly. So this is all kind of new to me. So just bear with me if I don't speak as much. Let's see, I wonder. And this is another reason why I love digital art too. Yeah, specifically Clip Studio Paint, as it comes with these presets. Like, say if I want to be lazy and don't want to draw a mouth, boom, plop it on there. I just want to see how this looks, because I'm probably not going to use this. No. Yeah, I just wanted to show that though. Might as well just keep it how I have it. I don't necessarily gotta have his mouth open. Hey, I did that really fast. I'm just realizing that. If anybody has any questions about the series or a character or anything, please comment down below and I will gladly answer them to the best of my capabilities. You said facts, digital art is amazing and I can't wait to get CSP. Yes, I can't wait for you to get it either. Because I'd use Procreate. Well, I didn't. I never. Let me rephrase this. I'd never owned Procreate. I knew somebody um who used it or whatever, and I did play around with it because they let me use it or whatever the case, like on the iPad and stuff. No, I I did not like how it felt when I was like drawing on it. I was like, the software to me was kind of confusing because I'm so used to Clip Studio Paint. But then again, I'm pretty sure it's not hard to actually like learn or anything. I just I didn't feel like learning that stuff, if I could be honest. Um, and I was drawing on an iPad, which I never went to take that back. I did before because I owned my first time I went digital was 2021, and I had an iPad Mini, and I didn't have Clip Studio or anything. I used what was the name of that app? It was free. I can't remember. I don't remember the app at all, but it was a free app that I used to draw on. And I was trying to get used like to like drawing that stuff. I was like, look, I don't know what I'm doing. Like this is just too much for me. So I don't know what I did with that iPad either. I think I either sold it or I pawned it or something. I don't remember what I did with it. Let me add the text to this. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Let me see. But yeah, for me, drawing on an iPad, it's just like, I can't, like, I just can't deal with it. And then I went, oops, not me writing on my script. Hold on. I don't want to mess nothing up. But yeah, I had went and got me a what's his name? A display tablet. And then ever since that, I just been like, hey, bump it. I'm gonna just keep my display tablet and be darned. And I never look back. Um, See, I should have printed out the script like I did last time when I did chapter 3. But I feel like when I did that, it was my desk was just so cluttered. So I'm just using this Google document to look at everything. Let me make sure this is all right. You gotta double check your things because I did not do that for chapter 1 and stuff like that. I had a lot of misspelling and stuff like that. Okay, let me see. The worst case scenario is that the ghost side will order for Shin's execution. The worst case scenario is that the ghost side. Okay. Uh, Let me highlight this because that's an important term y'all need to know for this chapter. And I know somebody is probably going to ask in the stream or probably like later on or something. Vaughn, what's the ghost side? Well, good, good question. The ghost side is basically the higher ups in the village of Kibu, or Kibo, I should say. That's the actual way you pronounce it. They're the higher ups in that village and stuff like that. And the pillars, you know, the 4 pillars of Kibo, or Kibo, I should say. I'm sorry. The 4 pillars of Kibo, they work like under the ghost side. So the ghost side is up there. Those are the people that I don't want to say like they're the face of the village because they're not. The face of the village is basically the pillars, but the ghost side is the people that's like behind the scenes and stuff like that. That's what the ghost side is. Would they play an important role in the story? Yes, most definitely. But yeah, that's one panel that's done of Hami. I actually want to draw, well, not draw, add. Let me say that. I want to add some more locks just to fill it in. So, and fun fact, my favorite characters to draw, like in the manga, is Hami. It's Hami and Yin. Those are my 2 favorite characters to draw. Even though Yin, he's dead, unfortunately. When I do draw him, like in like some flashbacks or like a memory or something like that, I always gotta show love to him because he's actually one of my favorite characters. Even though he was short lived, but he's one of my favorites. And unfortunately, I had to kill him off early, but for story purposes, I had to. So I'm going to finish out these two panels. Um, I'm going to attempt to draw the door because that's a door right here in the background. I'm going to attempt to draw it. It's just adding the details to it. I may have to do off stream because, yeah, let me see. Because this is the page that I did last stream, and I have to add these details to the door. But with that door, I literally just used a picture. But I mean, I could work around it. I could probably find an image material or something on Clip Studio that I could just add it to it or something. I don't know. But yeah, remember when I said I love to draw yin? This is him right here. I always gotta draw him looking cool in some way or something like that. So add this to it. I said add this to it. Let me do this. But yeah, if anybody has any questions about the series, please let me know because I actually want to answer some questions. I'm not going to spoil anything, so don't ask no question that's like a spoiler or something. I'm not gonna do that. Don't be like, oh, what's gonna happen in this volume? I'm not gonna tell you. You might have to read it to find out, or join the streams to see what I'm working on, and you'll put two and two together. Or don't just ask, oh, what's the ending of the series like? I'm not gonna tell you that either. You will have to read it to find out. And again, I do want to apologize for starting the stream late because I had to eat and I wanted to play Mario Kart. Like I said earlier, I haven't touched that game in forever. He said, who will win, Zenkai or Shin in game full power? LOL. Hmm. That's a good question. Shin, of course. I'm gonna just keep it like that because it's something else I want to say, but I can't say it. I can't say it. But just know Shin will win. Like if we're talking about end game of the series, like the end, like towards the end of the series, yeah, Shin will win. Most definitely. Shin will most definitely win. Because I feel like by that point, I really think nobody could really stop him for real at that point of the story. Probably Kuro probably can, but not really. Hami to he probably can, but not really. Zenkai, no, most definitely, hell no, he wouldn't be able to. Because I feel like by that point of the story, it will only be like the main cast right now. Kuro will probably be able to stop him or something, or beat him in a sense. But there's some other characters that I have not introduced yet. Well, it's one of them that I did, but not in the story yet. I drew him and stuff like that, or whatever the case. His name is Kai, Kai, and he used. Well, I can't say that because it'll spoil a lot of stuff. But I feel like that type of character, and there's some other characters too by that point of the story, they'll put up a fight most definitely with Shin. But yeah, that Zenkai versus Shin, yeah, Zenkai would get beat. And to be honest, I feel like he wouldn't even be mad if he lost because the main person who's really going to be training Shin, don't get me wrong, Hami is going to train him a lot, but Shin is mainly going to be trained by Zenkai. And I feel like how Zenkai trains him and stuff like that, he wouldn't even be mad. But there is another character though who trains Shin. How do you feel like your manga would impact the manga industry? That's a very good question. Nobody has ever asked me that before. um, I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. Because if I could really be honest with you, when I released Radiant Lotus Chapter 1 back in September 30th, I think it was the 30th or 31st, 2024. Yeah, 2024. So tell you technically it was September 31st. I remember it was September 31st, 2024. Technically October 1st in Japan. I released it. And I remember when I released it, I was just like, I don't expect nobody to read my story, like at all. I'm not gonna expect that stuff. So, I went on about life. Um, I'm sitting there trying to come up with the idea of chapter two and like, okay, I'm really making a series. Like it hit me like I'm really making a series now. So it's like, okay, where do I go from here now? Because I didn't have the story planned out there. I only had chapter one planned out and that's it. Like I didn't have nothing else. So I was just working on chapter two and just, working. And then I look up one day, I was like, hold on, let me check Manga Plus Creators because I think it's been like a week or two after I released it. I was in the top 10. I was literally number one for like 2 weeks straight. I was like, whoa. And I had, I think, like at the time, it was 10,000 people that had read it and checked it out. And I was like, whoa, 10,000 people. Hold on now. Like, what? And I was number one. Again, I was number one for a very long time until it was this one shot that came out and it took over a spot, which I'm not even mad at it. I'm not, you know. But just to know that my series, when I first released it, it was people that actually was checking it out. I was like, oh, okay. And then um, as time kept going on, and I'm releasing, I released chapter two, you know, more people started to read the story. Then it bumped up to like 20K or like 30K or something like that. I think like in total how many people read the story. I'm like, okay, it's a lot of people that's reading my stuff now. Cool. So I kept going. I had chapter three already planned out after I wrote chapter two. Then I started, drawing it and stuff. It took me a minute to finish it, but I got it done. Released that back in 2025 because I released chapter one in 2024. I released chapter two, I believe, the end of 2024 going into 2025. And then I released chapter three in August of 2025. So around that time, the series, I think it had like 30 something thousand people that read it on Manga Plus Creators. So when I released chapter three, I waited a little bit because I took a hiatus because that was a lot of work, honestly. And I just wanted to, plan out the next volume and the next arc. So I started uploading my book on Global Comics around that time. Then I checked on Manga Plus Creators. I was at 50,000 people. I said, what? The entire fuck? What? 50,000 people checking out little old me? And y'all like the story? Which, don't get me wrong, the story is there. I'm not gonna sit there and say that I don't know how to write a story because I do. I've been writing stories since as far as I can remember. I can tell a story. But just to hear people like, oh my God, the art is this, even though to me the art is ass, but just to say, oh, the art is this, da 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 da, and then I'm hearing other people like, it's refreshing to see a black main character or like a full cast of black anime characters because you don't see that like that for real. Nowadays, you're seeing it a lot more now, which I'm very grateful for and happy for and stuff like that. But what I may say may get me canceled or very controversial, but it's just true. I feel like a lot of people don't what am I trying to say? I feel like a lot of people they just want to have the aesthetic of that, but they don't have. I don't want to say a good story because I don't want to. I really don't want to like talk bad about somebody like that, you know. But I feel like a lot of people don't have substance with their stories and stuff. Like they just want to tell something and just keep it pushing on. Yes, don't get me wrong, have the aesthetics and stuff, but make sure your story is there. Make sure it's structured, and I feel like a lot of people don't have that, unfortunately. And I will say, especially, I don't want to just talk about the black manga space, but it is true with some black manga artists that I have read some of their work and stuff. It's like a lot of y'all don't have substance when it comes to y'all work, honestly. And I'm an indie creator. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, well, I'm better than you because I'm not. I'm not better than nobody. I don't want nobody to think that, and I'm here saying that on stream. I'm not better than nobody. I don't brag. I don't see the point of doing that stuff. But I feel like a lot of y'all don't have substance with y'all stories. Y'all just want to tell a cool story, but don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with telling a cool story now, but make sure your cool story makes fucking sense. That's all I have to say about that. But long story short, because I'm steady yapping and talking and getting off topic a lot, to answer your question, how do you feel like your manga will impact the manga industry? Honestly, I feel like my manga probably would not even make a big impact. Honestly, Radiant Lotus, that is, I feel like it probably would not. I feel like it would be like a hidden gem of one of my works, or whatever the case. That later on in life, people would be like, "Oh damn, shit, Von Ricky slash ArtByVonn was really like doing some shit," and it was like probably ahead of its time. Who knows? I don't know. So yeah, I guess I was able. I hope I'm able to answer that question because I feel like I didn't answer it right. Let me see. Your quotables are fire, bro. I appreciate that. From what you told me, you got something solid that can change the landscape of anime and manga for real, for real. Really? L- Can you tell me? Like how? Like how? Because I'm curious about that. Because my story to me, I feel like it's basic. Like it's just a well, I don't want to say it's basic. I know it's deep with a lot of stuff that I'm going to talk about in the story and stuff like that, because I have to get to that point. But mm, I really want to know how it, like how though. I don't know. I'm probably just overthinking everything because I do have a problem sometimes of believing in myself a little bit, sometimes here and there. But I don't know. Because like I always say, I just want to tell a story, literally. And this story is, if I could be honest, Radiant Lotus is like a special thing to me because I'm talking about more than just a revenge plot and murder and shit like that. I'm talking about deeper stuff like the human psyche, depression, and mental health, and like a lot of stuff because I think I said this before in one of my streams, but I'm gonna just say it again. How I came up with this story, I wanted to challenge myself, like with writing a character. I wanted to write a character where I shatter him or her to the point of no return. Like the world did them bogus as hell. And it's always something. It's always this like they just fucked up in the head because during that time when I was coming up with this, I was going through shit too. I was very depressed, like literally depressed as hell, very depressed. Like I literally was just shattered like into like a million pieces, and I asked myself the question. I was like, fine. And this was like years later when I picked myself back up and stuff like that. You said it's unique. Oh, wait, hold on, damn, I didn't even know you sent all that. Hold on. Storytelling and art wise, the fact that you're trying to subvert the reader's expectation, also just your experience as a human being. As a human being, everyone has something different to offer, and I think your personal is unique. I appreciate that, and thank you for telling me that. It makes sense. But but back to what I was saying. Um, it was years later when I picked myself up out that depression and stuff. And what's crazy is today I was on what app was that? I was on Snapchat, and I don't even use Snapchat for real, but just on there just to be on there. And I had a memory that popped up on there, and it was an old picture of me from like I think it's like 2018, 2019, like that freshman year of college, basically. And how I was looking in the picture, I was just like, damn, I was really depressed. Like, I'm just like, you can tell when somebody's depressed, honestly. Like, if you really pay attention to them, you can really tell. And just how I was looking in that picture, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of did cry a little bit. I was like, damn, I was really sad and depressed and going through stuff back then. Like, it was all over my face and stuff. So I remember I asked myself the question when I was coming up with a story. I was like, okay, the world has did you this and this and da 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 da. You're shattered into like a million pieces of like glass or whatever, like shards of glass and stuff. How long would it take you to put yourself back together, or are you able to? Like that was literally the question I asked myself, and I was like, hold on, that's a good theme for a story. And then I started to dig deep into it, like, okay, how can I go about it? Because the main thing was mental health, and I was like, oh, let's go to my own experiences and my own personal stuff and other people that I know as well and stuff. And then I just formed everything. Shin is basically, I don't want to say he's me, but he is on certain stuff or whatever. Yin, he's like, he's my brother in a sense. And I know this is kind of weird, but I did, how I came up with that concept of the revenge plot though for Shin, I asked myself this question too. I was just like, if something were to happen to my brother right now, what would happen to me and how would I feel? Because I have a niece and a nephew. He has children, so it's just like I'm thinking about that too, and it's just like God forbid something crazy happened to him, but what if he was murdered like Yin or whatever the case? What would I do in that situation? How would I feel? What would I go through? Would I try to find this person and bring justice down onto him myself? Which the answer to that is hell the fuck yeah, I would. But, you know, that's how I basically came up with Shin, like the character of Shin and Yin, and like the dynamic and the plot and stuff like that. And then I just went from there. That's like the hardest part for me was was coming up with the actual story though. Like like the other stuff that like I have planned and stuff. I feel like that's really the hardest part. Even though I feel like it's very unique, like you said, which I agree with everything that you said. I appreciate that. Um, I feel like I'd be so like gun ho on you gotta make it super unique, Vaughn. You gotta stand out. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. And I'd be so deep into my head. Sometimes I'll be like, okay, I may have an idea and be like, oh, this and this and this. But I'd be like, no, it's probably not. It's probably not gonna be like that, or it's probably not gonna da 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 da. I'd be so deep into my head about stuff, so sometimes I'll end up scrapping the idea. Which, fun fact, Radiant Lotus was supposed to have a chapter zero. It was supposed to have a chapter zero, and it was gonna be about which that can be a whole different story if I wanted to actually, because it was a very cool concept. It was basically like a prelude into the story. Like this young dude, this young boy, he woke up in like these woods or whatever, and the trees were like waves and stuff like that. And he had long spiky hair that cut him and cut other people that tried to touch him and stuff. But some villagers found him, and they were scared because they didn't know what he was and stuff. So this man, this mysterious man, ends up finding him, embraces him. You know, he's getting cut up by the thorns and stuff. The young boy crying or whatever. The older man takes him away and stuff like that. And he left behind a white lotus, and that white lotus end up like decaying that forest and decaying the village and stuff like that. And I left it like that. Like it was supposed to be a prequel to the story, like something else, but I end up scrapping that idea because I was like, it fits the story, but I don't need to have that. Because if I ever wanted to do like a not a spin-off, but another story with something like that, I probably would do that, but not really. I just feel like I'm over here just yapping and just talking about any and everything. Let me make sure I caught up on all the comments. I read that, okay. I'm all cut up. Let's see. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna draw the door another another day. So I honestly don't want to do that. Let's see. I was really just sitting here talking, and it took me that long to draw the hand on that one panel. Oh, it's 10 o'clock already, so yeah, I'm gonna have to hurry up. So I gotta get up early tomorrow for work and get that stuff out the way. And then I gotta check my schedule. I think I'm off after tomorrow, which is why I can't wait to get a new job. These hours, man, they don't give me nothing. And it's like I have bills to pay too. Shit, I got stuff I gotta do as well. So, but I do have, I think, yeah, I have an interview on Tuesday. I think I gotta look, but I hope I get that job and They give me better hours than what I'm already making. Cause yeah, this job is not hard. Don't get me wrong. I actually enjoy it, but it's just like I don't see myself there forever. Especially if y'all not paying me nothing. See, I hate drawing hands sometimes. Let's see. Is there any other questions you have for the series? Okay, let's see. Because I know this hand look horrible. Of course it does. You know what? I'm probably not even gonna do that. I'm, bump the. I'm probably just gonna do this instead. Probably just shade and hum and be done and call it a day. So let's see. Let's see. See. I'm just adding shadows and stuff. Come on, man. Why is my computer lagging on my end? Don't start now. We were just working perfectly fine earlier. Let's see. Do this with and stuff like that. Ooh, I don't know why that's doing that. Okay, hold on now. I don't know if I should keep it like this. Where's my physical copy? Here it is right here. Hold on, let me look at this stuff. Give me 1 second so I can see what it looked like in there versus on here. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna just keep it like this instead. Instead of just doing all that other stuff, I can do that another day. Probably towards the end of production, I could just go back and if I want to change the tone and stuff, I can just do that. I'm back, took a smoke break. Hey, you fine? Low key. I had did that kind of earlier a little bit, so his hand looks so weird. But at this point, I'm gonna just say I don't care and just keep it pushing, but I don't want to be like that. It's probably because I don't draw hands like that. Like, I don't know if anybody ever noticed with my art, besides you see the stuff on the art showcase, besides that, I'm pretty sure y'all don't see me draw hands like that. Like, I do not draw hands. I barely draw the full body. I'm more of like a portrait, half body type of artist. Like, that's just how I do. But that's just something I have to get better at. Long story short, because yeah, I'm gonna have to get better at that. And drawing backgrounds. Heavy on drawing backgrounds. Because that's something I just don't do. Like this right here. Hold on. I could just show y'all real quick. This, hold on. I gotta take this off. If my computer stopped acting stupid. This is a 3D model. That is a 3D model right there. You said same. I hate hands. Yes, hands are really hard to draw for me sometimes. And it's like I don't be wanting to use. This is why I love Clip Studio Paint. I use 3D models now if I need help. As you can tell with this background, this is a 3D model right here. Um, I got the 3D model and I turned it into a background. Boom, there we go. But like with the hands and stuff, we have some 3D model hands. If it will load, there we go. See, we have some 3D model hands in here. It's like I try not to use it, and it just I use my own hands as reference because I have hands right here on my body, so why not use it? But yeah, it's There's 3D models on here I be using sometimes, the hands, and if I need like a pose or whatever, which I did use this one right here. This is actually supposed to be for this panel, which I think I have it right here anyway. Hold on. Yeah, right here. I would use this as the base and just add the character stuff on it, like Hami's design. I would just put it on top of it and be done. It's like certain angles I just cannot do, and the 3D models help. To me, it's not cheating. It's a tool. That's just how I see it. And also, it helps with the workflow. And also, like I said too, with the background too. Yes, I will. A 3D model hate to see me coming because I will most definitely use it for a background. Oh, let me do this one too since I'm already here. Just adding all the shades and stuff to them. I mean, not shades, the skin tone and stuff like that to them. Might as well do it. And now that I think about it, I don't think I ever did a colored illustration of Hami. Yeah, I never did a colored illustration of Hami. I only did it of Shin, Yin, Zenkai, Kuro, Yua, Kwansho, Zelani, and that's it. I didn't do Mondo yet. I didn't draw him colored, which I do need to do that. Hami, I have to do him. I cannot say this other character's name because you're gonna see her in volume 2, so I'm not gonna say her name. But I have to do a colored illustration of her as well. That's what I'm thinking about doing for volume 2 also, by the way. Um, I'm thinking about having like some type of colored like illustration in the volume, or like a dope illustration, I guess, like towards the end of the volume and stuff, or just have like a dope illustration at the end of each like chapter, I guess. I'm thinking about doing something like that. Wait, okay, I thought I was on the wrong layer. I was gonna be like, look. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. Just having some dope art or whatever at the end of each chapter, like towards the end of the volume, like with the bonus chapters. Because I know volume 2 is gonna have. Let me see. I got innocence, mental torture, before the catalyst, and I think that's it, right? Yeah, it's just 3 bonus chapters. I think this volume, if not 3, it may be 4. I can't remember, but I think it's just 3. It's innocence, before the catalyst, mental torture, and I think that's it. So yeah, it's going to be 3 bonus chapters at the end of volume 2. Hmm. And I also want to say this too. I know some people asked me before, what's Hami's Lotus art? What's his Lotus? I do not know yet. I have not came up with his Lotus yet at all. Like I don't know the name of it, and I don't know his powers. I just don't know. But I do know how he got his Lotus though. It's fucked up. But yeah, it's really messed up how he got me. Like, I feel like one thing about my series that would make it really probably stand out and be like, oh my God, I think it's the backstories and, and the message behind what I'm saying in the story too. But I really feel like it's the backstories that's gonna make it stand out. Because these backstories are really something. Like, y'all gonna be like, what the hell is going on? A lot. A lot. It's like I want to reattempt to do this, so let's just do that. Because my brain is saying, look, we cannot leave this panel unfinished. We have to do it. So okay, let's go. Let's try it. Sorry, I was texting somebody. Because I have to get this done. And it's like I don't want to rush it either because I feel like I'm gonna rush it and just be like, oh no, I don't want to do that. And for anybody who's gonna be watching in the future or anybody who's coming in right now, I am drawing volume 2 of my manga series Radiant Lotus. It's about a young man named Shin who I think is gonna pop up any second on the art showcase. There he go right there. um, it's about him. His brother got murdered in front of his eyes or whatever by a mysterious man who was wearing his cloak. And Shin vowed to get revenge, but in the midst of all of that, a mysterious lotus appeared, which is called the Black Lotus. It appeared and latched onto Shin because the Black Lotus wants Shin for something we don't know. I do, but y'all don't. But the Black Lotus wants him for something and is trying to take over and corrupt him and possess him. But Shin is not going to allow that to happen. He can't because he wants to find the person who killed his brother. And but in the midst of all of that, guess what? He's being hunted down by random people and cultists that wants the Black Lotus. Because the Black Lotus has this immense power that is just so powerful, it can fuck shit up, literally. And people want it. So Shin would have to be very wary and, you know, like in a sense, like question a lot of stuff. He can't trust everybody for real because he don't know if they are like working for somebody who wants the Black Lotus or if they're like a government or something like that that's just just gonna take him away. He don't know, so he has to be mindful and stuff like that. In the midst of him trying to control the Black Lotus and not trying to get possessed by it, so it's a lot going on for him. The question is, will he control the Black Lotus? Will he get revenge for his brother? We don't know yet. So if you like the sound of that, if you like the sound of the series or whatever so far, you can show your support by clicking the link in my bio. You can purchase volume 1, the physical copy, or you can read it for free. Either way is fine with me. Your support is greatly appreciated regardless and stuff like that. And um, yeah, just click the link in my bio and check it out whenever you feel like it. And if you like it that much, you read it for free and like it, own yourself the physical copy. Go get it. It's only, I believe, it's only 11.99. I think. Yeah, I think it is just 11.99 if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Volume 2 is on the way. Like pretty soon, if I can keep a decent work pace, I said pace, a decent work pace on it. Because at first I wanted to release it in the end of summer, but please, that's not gonna happen. That is not gonna happen at all. So now it's looking toward sometime in the fall that Volume 2 is gonna be released. And I'm kind of upset at myself. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to y'all. Because my goal was to release Volume 2 as soon as possible. Like that was literally one of my goals was to release this as soon as possible. But I blame myself. I was procrastinating and I was taking my sweet time. So that's all on me. But then again, I am just a one person team. So I have to give myself grace. It's not like I have a giant thing of assistance trying to help me out. But one day I probably will. Let me not say probably. I will have it one day. And then you will be able to get so many chapters done and ready for y'all to read. But for now, I'm just doing the volume release instead of what I used to do. I used to just, um, I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to draw this finger. I used to just release them in like just chapters. Like I would literally do chapter 1, okay, I release it, then work on chapter 2. I have to literally write it, script it, and do all of that. Like, it's a process. So I was like, you know what, Vaughn, let's not do that no more. Let's just do it a volume release. Even though it may take longer, I would rather have that workflow to at least get it out, get all the chapters out for y'all. Y'all can read it or whatever and be done. And, in the midst of me drawing Volume 2 or whatever volume I'm drawing, I can be writing the next volume. So when production probably ends on whatever volume I'm working on, I can start production on the next one. Which in this case, Volume 3 is going to be chapters 8 to 12. So that's going to be one, two, three, five. Yeah, 5 chapters instead of 4. So, and the pacing is going to be probably different in Volume 3 because I know in this volume, chapter 4 is 55 pages, chapter 5 is, I believe, 60, chapter 6 is 40 something, and I know chapter 7 is 77 pages. So these are long chapters, but the next volume, the maximum that I told myself is like 30 pages or 32 pages per chapter, if the story calls for it, that is. Because a lot of things in that volume and onward, the next arc after this one, it's a lot of things that's happening, like back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Like it's a lot going on. And that's gonna be one of my first long form arcs that I'm gonna be telling. And it's gonna be something new to me because I'm not used to telling long formed, arcs of a story. I'm just not used to doing that. So I really hope that I'm able to at least, you know, do a good job on the pacing and stuff because that arc, oh my gosh. I just wish I could tell y'all about it, but I can't. Because when you read the next volume, which is Volume 2 when it releases, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. Because I hinted at it. I hint at the next arc in this arc that I'm currently telling. which is something that I feel like a lot of storytellers struggle with. And I know I probably could struggle with it too, but that's just what I've seen so far with a lot of indie creators. It's like they struggle with telling, okay, they do this arc and then the next, like it's the transition phase is kind of hard for them, is what I'm trying to say. You know, it's just practice. That's all. You just gotta practice. Because personally, I will say this about my series. When I read it again, the first volume. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to focus on this for a second. 1 second. Okay, when I had reread the first volume, the first chapter, even though that chapter is long, it's like 114 or 116 fucking pages. I, to this day, I don't know what I was on when I said, "Oh, I'm gonna draw all of this." I don't know why. I don't know why I made that chapter so long, but I'm glad I did because if I'm able to draw 100 and something pages for a chapter, I can do anything. And mind you, I did it by myself, alone, no experience. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was trying to figure it out as I went and stuff like that. And I'm glad I did. But I will say with chapter one, to me, and even chapter two and three, I would say the first volume in general, I would just say like it felt like an anime, specifically chapter one. It felt like a first episode of an anime for real. And I feel like I did a like as somebody who never created manga before, like during that time, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I will say I did a good job on that. Even though the art is rough and stuff like that, I still did a good job regardless. And I feel like the highlight of chapter one, to me, it was the dynamic between Shin and Yin. I feel like I solidified that so good that it made a lot of people love Yin. You know, they loved him. And a lot of people have said that. A lot of people have said that to me. They was like, Yin is one of my favorite characters, and da 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 da. In the back of my mind, I'm like, how is he your favorite character when he died the first chapter? But as I reread it, I was like, oh, I see what they mean. Why he's like, why he's like y'all favorite character. I could see why y'all say that. It's just the dynamic. He felt like human, literally. Like he felt like a real person. Like I was like, oh, well, I did a good job on that. You know, and I just hope like with the other characters that I'm um I'm introducing and I'm showing and stuff like that, I'm able to do the same thing. Because I do know with you, Mukamaru Sama, you said Zenkai is one of your favorite characters. And he hasn't even been introduced yet in well, he's introduced in volume two, but y'all don't know him like that yet. But for you to say that is funny because I want people to actually like him. I want people to like him as a character. Because Zenkai, let me tell you something about him. That dude, he don't play no games. That's one thing I will say about him. He don't play no type of games with nobody. Yeah, he may be kind of goofy and funny and stuff like that here and there, but nah, he don't play no games. His design is tough. I appreciate that. You know what's funny? A lot of my designs, I just come up with them on the fly. I literally do. Like Hami, I kid you not, this was my description of him, and I still have it written. I still have it like all written down and stuff like that too. I literally had a buff, dark skinned dude, a buff, dark skinned man with white locks and a beard. That's literally his description, and I just came up with the design on the fly like that. I was like, oh wow. He said, and he smokes too, which is also cool. Yeah, he smokes a lot. Zenkai smokes a lot. He smokes a lot, but it has something to do with his lotus. And I feel like once I explain it more and more, y'all gonna be like, oh, so that's what it's gonna do. Yes, it's very unique, super unique. And I will say that about him. His lotus art is really, really unique. And I also do this too with my with a lot of my characters in this story. Some people are gonna have some overpowered like lotus arcs and lotuses. They are, but they all have a drawback. I don't want to have like a Gojo type of situation in my story. Like no, like I don't want to have a character so fucking overpowered that I'm not able to have that character get defeated in some way or something. So the best way for me was like, okay, everybody who has a Lotus has to have a drawback from it. It has to be something. Like, for example, with Shin, depending on the Lotus or whatever the case, the Black Lotus speaks of corruption, despair, misery, all this other shit. So if Shin is feeling like that all the time and stuff, he's gonna get taken over. He can get taken over. He can get possessed and stuff like that. So that's a downfall for that. And even if he's in battle and he's using the Black Lotus energy and if his emotions and stuff is going through the roof and going crazy, guess what? The Black Lotus can still corrupt him and take over. Or the Black Lotus energy can just go wild and do some crazy damage and stupid stuff. Like literally some stupid crazy stuff. To not just Shin, but to the environment or whatever around him. So he has to learn how to control his emotions all the time, regardless of the situation. And I'm just leaving like that with him because there's going to be a lot of situations that's going to come out and it's going to make him kind of fucked up. But it's like, how are you going to go about it? And it's something that Zenkai is going to tell him specifically in volume 2, which is why I say, like, you say you fuck with Zenkai, you really gonna fuck with him when you read volume 2. He's gonna be, I'm already knowing he's gonna be one of your favorite characters off rip, which you already said it, but it's gonna be a known fact by that point. He's gonna be one of your favorites. But yeah, a lot of my characters, they are overpowered, but not really. You have to have a drawback in your series. I'm sorry, like when it comes to power systems and stuff, you have to have that stuff. Because if you don't have it, guess what? Your storage at that point is just meaningless. Because you can just have, oh, a Captain Saber who gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you can't do that. To me, it's a cheap cop out. But then again, if you just want to tell a story like that and just have an overpowered character, go ahead. No, I'm not stopping you. But I feel like if you want to have balance in your story, then you need to have some type of drawback or something, or some type of consequence. A story is just more than cool designs and cool power systems. It's called a story for a reason. What are you telling in your story, and what are you trying to convey in your story? And I feel like my power system, to me, even though I'm a Hunter fan and JJK fan, it does remind me of Nin and Curse energy a little bit, which is like very unintentional. Like I did not mean it for it to be like that, but of course I'm inspired by those two series, so it's gonna come out sooner or later. But I feel like Lotus energy is very complex. Like on the surface, it's simple. It's really simple. You know, you get a power from a Lotus. You got to make sure that your mental state and emotional state is intact with the merging process. Because if it's not, you're going to turn into a Lotus husk, which is a mindless beast of your former self. In a sense, you're dead. So it's like you're just a husk of your former self, who's just a beast at that point. But it's different tiers to it. It's some with intelligence, some that can use Lotus arts and stuff like that, and some just mindless beasts that, if you read chapter one, you will see them and stuff. Like it's layers to it and stuff like that. But when it gets like really complex and deep and stuff with it, which I'm not going to explain because I'm still working out the kinks for it, it's like, oh, so that's Lotus energy. Yeah, that's Lotus energy. That door look horrible. You know what? I'm not even going to worry about that. Um, let's see. Do I have a 3D model? I do, but it's not the same as that other door. Mm. That I did. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, that is not like that door at all. Unless, I'm curious. Can I do this? I don't think this gonna look good. Oh no. You know, I'm probably just gonna have to do this. Cause I guess I can keep it like this, but I guess I can just keep it like that and do something with it, I guess. I don't know. I guess we can do it like this. Is there any other questions for the series? Anybody want to ask? Who's your favorite character to draw? Hami. Hami and Yen. Those are my two favorite characters to draw. Because as you can tell, every time I draw Yen, I just have to do him justice. And even in this, and I'm just showing y'all pages, so if you're watching the stream, congratulations, you're getting sneak peeks. Even with this one, like even though the style kind of changed, this I drew this page a while ago, and just compared to this, it's like whoa. But you can still tell it's the ArtByVonn slash Von redo art style though. It's just levels to it, but a little goofy self. I love Yin so much. I hate that I had to kill him off. You know what? Let me do this one too since I'm already up here doing this. Um, I'm having a brain fart right now. Oh my gosh. Wait, I can't do that. I forgot. Let me go back to this. How long have I been streaming for? I don't even know. 1 second, let me look. Get on Twitch and see, because I was on YouTube, and YouTube don't tell you nothing. I want to say I've probably been live for like, yep, like almost 2 hours. Dang, it don't even feel like it either. And all I did was just 3 panels. Well, since you're asking me questions, let me ask you a question. Who is your favorite character so far in Radiant Lotus besides Zenkai? Because I know that's what you're gonna say. Well, let me say this: who's your second favorite character in the series so far? Let me say it like that. I'm about to go back and do another one. No, that should work perfectly then. Why is it? You know what? It's probably like that because the other panel I did is like a close up. That's probably why. That's fine. You spell Hami wrong. It's Hami. This Hami looks cool, but ones I know, it gotta be Shin, of course, the main character. And I hope it stays like that. I hope it stays like that for sure. Okay, I'm gonna just keep it like that. I'm not gonna do too much. Hmm. So after I do this, I'm gonna end the stream. You said my bad, I'm so bad. No, you fine. I ain't tripping about that. I'm bad with names too. Because remember at first when I was still like learning about your series and stuff, I was getting confused with certain characters like Devontae and stuff. I thought Hakeem was Devontae for a second. And Hakeem not Hakeem and Devontae was Hakeem. Like that's how I was thinking at first. Like Terra, I already knew who Terra was because at the time that was the only female character that you was drawing. So I'm like, okay, that's Terra. Professor O, I know what Professor O looked like off rip, you know. And like even with Rohan, I thought Rohan was Devontae as well. Like I was getting it all messed up. So you fine. But to make it easier though, Hami is blind and he got white locks and he wears a white gi. I guess that's the easiest way I can like describe him for somebody. You said the names in your story are super unique. I appreciate that. And what's crazy is I don't be thinking the names be that unique for real. Like, and half the time I don't know how I be coming up with these names. I know Shin. I know how I came up with that. I was looking up names and stuff with meaning, and I stumbled across Shin, and it's something that says like heart or something like that. And I was just like, I like that. Why not? And just went on and did it. And then yin and yang. So yin, boom. I was like, okay. Hami, I did research on that because I wanted a African name, and I believe Hami means protector, and I forgot what African language it was. A Zenkai I came up with myself because Zen, you know, you're relaxing, and then Kai, I just like the name Kai, so oh Zenkai. Kuro Kokoshi. Kuro means black in Japanese, and I feel like that was cool anyway. And Kokoshi, I don't even know how I came up with that name, honestly. I don't even know how I came up with Kokoshi. I don't remember. You know what? I lied. I do remember. Um, I was doing research on a tribe in Africa, and I don't remember the name of the tribe, but it was a tribe that had like these markings on them. It was like they only get the markings for like a certain ritual that they do or something like that. And I said, hold on, I like that. That's cool. So with the Kokoshi people, they're assassins, right? Each kill that they get, like if they, what, let me not say each kill, depending on like a certain amount of kills that they get a new marking on their body or whatever. So let's just say you have 5 or 6 markings or 10 markings. That means you're a very powerful assassin in a sense like that. So that's how like the hierarchy works in that like a part of the world and stuff like that. Even though Kuro only has 4 markings, he's the prodigy of the Kokoshi tribe. His father is literally the tribal council. He's the head over the Kokoshi tribe and stuff or whatever. And I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm trying not to spoil too much. But yeah, Kuro is very powerful. Like he's super strong. Like he can even go toe to toe with his father. That's how strong he is for real and stuff. Who else? Yua. I forgot how I came up with her name. Honestly, I really don't remember. Who else? Who else? Oh, the cult members. Mondo. I don't remember how I came up with that. Zaylani. I was just coming up with like different names. I was just trying to like make it fit. I don't know. I was just like, Zaylani. Because at first I was thinking about like Kaylani, and then I said, okay, no, take the K out. Let's keep Lonnie. And then I put Zay. I'm like, okay, Zaylani. Like Zenkai or, boom, Zaylani. I fuck with that. Who else? It's another cult member, which you're gonna see him, but not see him for real. His name is Obasi. I think I looked that name up and I liked it. Quan Shou. I actually named him off somebody that I know. The Quan part, and then the show. I got that from Fire Force of the main character's brother. It's another character. Her name is Kiari or Kiari, I should say. How I got that? I have a cousin. Her name is Kiara, and I took the first part, the K, the Kie or whatever, and then I put Ari at the end, so Kiari. I was like, oh, okay, I like that. And then it's another character. His name is Alachi. I just came up with that off the fly, and you're gonna see him in Volume 2. It's another character named Jade. I got that name from Mortal Kombat. It's another character which I love her down. I have not designed her yet, but you're gonna see her. Her name is Sable, and I got that name from a Pokemon. If you know Pokemon, it's a Pokemon named Sableye. So I just took the Sable part and just said Sable or whatever. And yeah, and it's another character. She's a pillar. I'm not gonna say her name, but you're gonna see her anyway. But she said, okay, okay, that's dope. I know, right? And he said, yeah, he reminds me of Akuma. Hami reminds you of Akuma. Damn, that's dope. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, that's all the characters so far. I don't want to spoil anything else because I literally name dropped some characters you're gonna see in Volume 2. So I just hope that when I do release Volume 2 and you see the characters and stuff, I really hope that y'all fuck with them. It's the clothes, yeah, with the gi and stuff, yeah. I ain't even gonna lie. Now the gi. I got the idea from Street Fighter. Literally, I got it from Street Fighter with Ryu and Ken. I got it from that. But I was like, how can I make it different and stand out? And I feel like the sleeves, like how they are, like hold on, clearly you see that or whatever. I was like, okay, let's just have them look like that, and I just did that. And again, this dude's design I came up with on the fly. I did not pre-plan none of this stuff. The only characters that I pre-planned out, like design-wise, Shin, Kuro, Quan Shou, Zenkai, a little bit, I should say, and that's pretty much it. If I could really be honest with you, that's pretty much it. Yua, I came up with on the fly. Came up with on the fly. The other characters literally came up with on the fly. Zaylani, I feel like her case is very unique because what I was thinking about her, how I wanted her to stand out, it was her eyes. I wanted her eyes to make her stand out so much. And I remember just watching Fire Force and I saw how like some of the characters had like certain eye irises, I guess. It's a character named Arrow. Her eyes were like literally arrows and stuff. And then it was another character. He was a pillar in Fire Force. I forgot his name. I think it's like Not Two. I can't remember his name. I think it started with an N. And his eyes, it was like atomic bomb, like the atomic like radiation symbol. It was like that. I said, oh, okay. So Zaylani, I was like with her. I almost spoiled her backstory. Thank God I caught myself. But since her Lotus art has something to do with illusions and stuff like that, I just made her irises stars. Because the star can mean so many different things. You said tough. That's a good series to pull from. It is. It most definitely is. But yeah, I made Zaylani's eyes stars for a specific reason. And you will see when her backstory come about. You will most definitely see. It's really like, man, I'm telling y'all, her backstory is fucked up. Like, it is so messed up. It's like I want to tell y'all so bad, but in the same breath, I don't want to say anything because I want y'all to be, I don't want to say shocked, but I feel like y'all are going to be shocked when y'all see her backstory. And the question is going to be this: based off what happened, did some of them people deserve it? The answer is going to be yes. It's going to be yes, off rip. So let me add this and then I'm probably going to end the stream because I have nothing else. Well, I got to add one more thing when that's it. So, however, I have a proposal. That's a valuable card. Oh, in this scene in the manga, it's gonna be super intense because Hami, he is talking to the higher ups about the main character. What is going to become of the main character after this conversation? Are the higher ups going to be like, Hami, everything is fine and dandy. We can keep him or kill him. We don't need him here. That's the question. Is Hami going to be really good at persuading the higher ups, or the Gosai, as I should call them, because that's their name, the Gosai Council? Is he going to be very persuasive, or is he going to fail miserably and Shin is just going to die? What's going to happen? Give me 1 second. I got to look something up. Let me go to my laptop monitor. So I got to look up the kanji for a certain word. Yes, if my computer want to load. I cannot wait until I actually get me a new computer, man, because this is ridiculous. And with that, this stream is going to come to an end because I have to get up super early in the morning for work. And I do not want to be tired. So I hope you excuse me. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. Um, I am off after tomorrow. I'm going to be off until Friday, so I'm probably going to stream some more throughout the week just to make some progress on Volume 2. But I do appreciate the people that came out to watch me stream. I appreciate you, Mukamara Sama. I really do. I appreciate you a lot. And honestly, I'm glad you came. We had a nice little conversation. I'm glad you asked questions about the series and stuff. Because if you wasn't here, I'd just be sitting here quiet, not saying anything. So I do appreciate you coming through and taking the time out to watch me draw the series and stuff like that. Um, and also, anybody who's watching, check out Mukamaru Sama. Please do. Psychic Homie is going to come out real soon. He's working on it really hard. He streams every day, by the way, so make sure you subscribe to him on YouTube and Twitch at Mukamaru_Sama. I always attend his streams every day because it's actually refreshing, it's actually interesting, it's fun to watch, it's entertaining. And low key, it's very, in a sense for me, super motivating to just, hey, draw, work on your stuff, do this, do that. So if you feel like you need some type of motivation, go check him out like 1000%. Go check out his YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, whatever. Just look him up. You will see him. He'll pop up on your screen. It's MOOKAMRA_SAMA. I'm going to put it in the chat real quick so people can clearly see it. Give me 1 second. And he's a dope artist. He really is. So go check him out. And if I hear anybody say, oh, he used AI, no, the fuck he do not. He does not. He's just that good at drawing. Don't be a hater now. If you want to learn something, ask a question. He'll most definitely help you out. But yeah, I hope y'all have a good night. I appreciate y'all coming through the stream. If you like what you see, if you like what you've seen, I should say. Let me do this so y'all can see everything. If you like what you've seen, give me a follow, and you can subscribe to me on YouTube. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. As you can see on the stream layout down there, I need to add the Twitch logo, but I am on Twitch as well. If you want to check out the series, click the link in my bio to read Volume 1 of Radiant Lotus for free, or you can purchase your physical copy, which I would greatly appreciate if you do, like 1,000,000%. I really would. And yeah, stay tuned for Volume 2. I am working super hard to have it out as soon as possible because this arc 2 of the story is going to be way interesting and way better than Volume 1. Than Arc 1, I should say, the introduction arc is going to be way better than that. The story is getting deeper. The story is actually storying. It's moving along very fast in this arc. A lot of things are just doom, 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 but it's not badly paced at all. It's really good storytelling, in my opinion, for Volume 2. Because I actually read chapter 4, 5, 6, and 7 in the text format, and I was like, dang, I really cooked up this next arc. So I hope you guys enjoy that. And yeah, just stay tuned for Volume 2 to release, and also stay tuned for Volume 3 and the other volumes to come out too as well. And yeah, I greatly appreciate everybody for supporting me and to continue to support me and stuff. So yeah, I'll see y'all in the next stream, and I hope y'all have a good night. And again, if you want to check out my series, click the link in my bio to. Okay, I was like, where's my stuff? I want you to click the link in my bio to check out the series. You can read it for free, or you can purchase your physical copy of Volume 1. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one.